Good evening, Commissioners, staff. My name is Bret McCain, 1813 South 29th Street, Fort Pierce, Florida. I'm before you this evening in opposition to the 750 plan, and since the plan's slogan is a blueprint for ensuring economic prosperity, I've decided to confine my comments to the economic position. There is a prevalent economic theory today that in the short run, economic activity is determined by total spending. This theory argues for a reduction in interest rates and increase in government investment, both to inject income into the economy, thus stimulating economic activity. It does not account for the erosion of wealth and purchasing power of the people's savings from the below market rates. It does not allow for an accurate analysis of consumer demand, since investment revenue is not the property of those spending it. These distortions in markets waste, not conserve resources. They create the market bubbles, such as the recent housing bubble that devastated our entire economy, and this is the plan's economic theory. 750 promotes sustainable development, and people are quick to jump behind all things sustainable. But who decides what is and is not sustainable? It's not the property owner. On what logical basis is sustainability calculated? It's not on an economic basis. And exactly whose good is considered for benefit? The politician or bureaucrat? What are we attempting to sustain? It's not property rights, voluntary exchange, or free choice. John Bratlin, an economist with U.S. Department of Interior, wrote in 2006, and I quote, "The theory of intergenerational sustainability largely ignores the valuations and actions of individual human beings, the critical function of private property rights, and the role of market institutions based on voluntary monetary exchange." He continued, "By ignoring these features of human life, the case for sustainable development provides no rational framework for dealing with emerging scarcities." Every human action involves the employment of scarce means to attain the most valued ends. There are laws of economics, just like there are laws of physics and laws of nature. For example, subjective valuation. The value of various goods and services does not reside objectively and intrinsically in the things themselves, apart from the individual who is making an evaluation. The law of marginal utility tells us that the greater the unit of supply, the less utility we value each unit. Again, this can only be deduced subjectively. We do not attempt to overturn Newton's law of motion. We cannot overturn laws of economics, no matter how beautiful a picture is painted for us. At the core of sustainable development is the notion of disciplining the consumption of consumers and producers through coercive force. The two main 750 consultant firms are ardent supporters of the New Urbanist movement. Randall Holcomb, an economics professor at Florida State University, warned of the dangers of new urbanism to economic prosperity in an essay titled "New Urbanism versus the Market Process." He exposed the flaws of the movement from the very argument 750 seems to take on open space, environmental amenities, farmland, pollution, traffic congestion, smart growth, and population densities. He wrote this over a decade ago. He concluded that the concerns of the new urbanists were overblown, the market forces work against the new urbanist goals, that if new urbanist goals were met, it would lower people's standard of living, not raise them, and that the type of planning urged by new urbanist movement plans excessively to try to control the decisions of private landowners while planning insufficiently for the development of its own resources. I haven't met anyone that thinks politics is efficient. I find it disturbing that anyone would support removing decisions that are made by private property owners and politicize those decisions. 750 would be politicizing more property decisions. 750 is a charade, not an economic prosperity plan. It lacks a basic understanding of economics. I urge you to all vote against 750. Thank you for the time.